Okay, welcome to this third part about ChopNetworks. We've seen now how we can control using several types of patterns these shapes. Well, perhaps just a few things to show more is that you have, of course, besides these patterns, you have all kinds of different kind of noise functions which can give perhaps interesting results to what you're looking at. So might be interesting, might not be interesting. All those noises, they give different patterns. Some of them are uh, more useful than others. Um, the Brownian is quite interesting because it gives you a randomness that is not just jittering around, but giving you actually a reasonable flow going from one side to another. Well, it's best that I show you instead of brabbling around. Uh, Noise. Now it will be much more clear if I show it. So as you can see, these noises over here, they have like a very uh, jittery kind of noise, especially the random. But the Brownian is one that diverts a little bit from the result of the one before. So with lesser integrals you have more the same result. But so this is quite useful. This is as you can see, a very nice curve shape. It reacts quite strangely. I don't know exactly what it does or how it works, but as you can see, it gives you quite interesting results. Okay, enough about that now. Well, another thing, and that was where we ended, is the great power of working with this is that the that you have like a full control over what has been created. So it's not just that you have like uncontrolled random values. In fact, you know exactly where what type has been chosen. I mean, you're just reading out uh, the values of these nodes over here. So you know what the neighbors are, and that can be sometimes very useful. Um, if, for example, you want to create special situations in which, for example, that if you have a combination from one shape with another, you might add or you might want to do something. So in this case, and that's why I've added over here the info, if you show geo and numbers, we see right here we have a 4 and a 6 sitting nicely together. Now that special combination, that's something I want to use to do something special with. So what I'm gonna do right now is over here at the resample, I'm gonna work and add some attributes. So let me do this with a point node, and um, what I can do right here is say, for example, we're gonna add the colors. So add color, gonna remove it as always using the red channel, which is the easiest I think. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take exactly the same expression over here, the one that we used in the copy. So right here, dollar $PT. Normally seen it should work, I believe, but it's not working. because dollar points. Come on, what is the expression for that? No one seen it's dollar PT, I believe, isn't it? Dollar PT. So as you can see, I also sometimes forget exactly what I don't need to write. So again, I have to go to the help file, local variables. Let's say local variables PT point number. That should be all right. Dollar PT. Well, that's strange. Might be something has gone wrong. So let's try it again. So we have a point over here. Let's see whether I can fix it. So you guys know how to fix it as well. We put it all to black. Press enter over here. Let's try again. Dollar PT. Okay, now it seems to work. Well, something went wrong. I don't know what. Anyways, let's do the whole channel thing again. And as you can see, it works now. So over here, what we have is now we stored right in here all the values of our nodes, of our channels. I mean, so it's perhaps more clear to see if I copy the expression we have over here and add it to the Y position of the points. So as you can see right now, we have like this representation of our curve within the height. So as you can see, all those values are stored, but now in the red color. Okay, so the thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that we have a comparison between the neighbors. So what we had over here was that in this case we wanted to have a 6 with a 4, and if that was the case, we were going to do something with it. So let's go back over here and add a sort function in which we can make a difference between two of the shapes. So we do a shift by 1, and well, it's something you can do by hand as well, immediately in the points up. Although I'm not sure. Yeah, normally saying you can do it right away. But let's do it with a sort. Doesn't matter. Take port 1, take port 2. So add color, and what I'm going to do is $CR. If that one is equal to 4, then we're gonna show it. So right now we have a few which are equal to 4. You see them as being red lines. If we look at them, we can see them right over here. So 4 is matching up exactly with the ones we have over here. 4, 4. Alright, now next point that we want to have is this one, number 6. So if CR is 4 and CR, oh, I forgot the dollar sign, $CR 2 equals 6, and then oops, it's gonna turn red. So what do we have right now? Nothing. Do we have points of which are 6s? normally seen we have points that are 6s, but I have a shift to one side, and perhaps my shift is not enough. There might be that there are other objects just in between. So I have still I do have the impression that this 4 and this 6 are together, right? So why isn't that showing up? Let's try -1, or let's try 2. Well, that's a little bit of searching. Okay, again, so we have this. If it is a 6 or if it is 2, then normally seen it should be red. So we have the points over here. We have the sorting. So shift of those point numbers. One next to the other. And only seeing this should show up. So let's see. Again, figuring out what's happening. CR2 is equal to 6. I don't see anything happening. CR is equal to 6. Again, I don't see anything happening. How comes? So it clearly shows that we have an object of 6 right here. That's odd. Is it perhaps not a perfect 6? Might be. Let's see. What do we have? We have 5s. There are objects which are perfectly matching up with a 6. I don't see any problem with that. And we have a 6 next to a 4, which is this, no, next to a 4, which is in this case. So why is it not working? ChopNet out channel 1 and $PT, that's okay. If we watch the sort, that's still okay. With the color, right? We have this one right here, color red, if it is a 6. And that's where it goes wrong. Why isn't it showing up as a 6? Okay, next thing that you can do is press over here and watch in the details view. And since we have a little bit too much, so everything is black over here, everything has like pure colors, there's no floating point, and we do have a 6 over here. $CR. And we have 6s over here as well. So there's actually really no reason at all why it's not showing. So unless Houdini is freaking out, I don't know what's going on right now. 4 it shows 5s, it shows 5s. 6s, no 6s. 7s, it shows 7s. It feels as if it is not perfect. Perhaps we have to change it really into integers. So let's try this. So we force it into an integer. Aha. So that was a problem. Still, there seemed to be like a little round error, and that must have caused our problems. So by setting it to forcing it into an integer value, we made it available again. So perhaps it's a safe thing to do each time. So let's do this, and so let's make it now completely working. And I'll explain again what I did. So for, and over here spacebar, and like this. So now still don't see anything. If we have this one, yes, exactly, that's what I wanted to have. So if the first part, if in the first port we have on number, let us watch this carefully. If we have on number 54 over here, if we have the value of red, the value of red 4 over here, and after the sorting function with also the value of 6 over here, then we're gonna show this number. How else can I make this clear? So we made, what we really did was we were making a comparison. So the 54 and shifting over here. So if it is over here 4 and it is over here 6, see, if I do sort, it shifts to the side. So if you have a 4 and a 6 next to each other, then we will highlight it. And this is really powerful because it will allow us to do all kinds of different things. So it creates patterns upon patterns. First, what I need to do is to create like another version of this as well. Going into the negative side, -1, and so this gives us both of these values. So in this case, if we have let's see the values. Okay, so it's shifting up in this direction. So if we have 4 next to a 6, and over here is if we have a 4 next to a 6. So if we have those conditions like this and this, we can do something with them. Now this is really cool because you can even distinguish whether something is on the left side or something is on the right side. So you could imagine, for example, if you would create like a complex temple or something, and you can have, for example, a rule that for every door which has like a certain kind of pattern, that on the left side you have a female statue, on the right side you have a male statue, and between those statues it's going to choose randomly. So it is incredibly powerful. It's very bizarre how far you can go with it. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to combine those values. We're not going to go as far to create like two different ones. I'm going to combine both of these color values, and we do this with an attribute and attribute composite right over here. Two attributes, the blends or the operators. What we're going to do is we're just going to use the max value, and we're going to add the first one and also the second one, so we have them like a full set right over here. What I'm going to do else, well, let's do a transform on this. Let's make this just a little bit bigger. So we got something like this, a bigger circle. And we will use this also in combination with a copy. So right over here, and creating my own other shape ornament. This ornament is going to have no control like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select it manually. Let's say we use a shape like this, number 2. Just keep it as a geo, and we're copying it. Yep. At the moment it's being copied on everything, and we see that our alignment is not properly. Well, that's because we take our values from over here, and since we have added right here our direction attributes, we're going to just take it from here. Oops, no, that's not what I want to have. And the transform, rotate, what is it over here, 90 degrees, minus 90 degrees, like that. Okay, still what I don't want to have is too many sources specified. Well, it's not working. Let's just switch this off. Is it still not working properly? Create a new copy node. I have to do it several times again. Now it seems to work. There's still just one thing that I'm not too keen on, is we do have the normal, the up, CD, etc. But I don't see any usage of that. Come on, show me the circle over here. Well, I do have normals. I do have all the rest. Things that are being used over here properly. So the attribute create right here, it's all working just nicely. It's combining too many of the attributes, perhaps. So what I want to combine is only the color. I think it has been combining all the other ones, and which might give us something which is not a correct value. Nope, still doesn't seem to solve the problem. Let's see, what else do we have? Normal, normal, 4-point attributes, everything seems to be okay. If we check our values over here, we have normal, we have an up vector. Yes, the normal y is minus, and up is 1 over here. So that's the problem, I guess. Let's see over here. Here we do have normals, and that's again a typical mistake that can happen. Now over here we see our normals in a proper way, and right here our normals are pointing downwards. Again, this is the X form, which is giving us problems. So if we switch this off, recompute point normals, now it will work. And we don't need the rotation. Yeah, sometimes you have to search a little bit, but at least you see you're not the only one who has to look for those things from time to time. What else? Just one thing I need to do is I only want to have copies on those points that are selected. So for that I'm going to just add a delete node. And we know the color red is going from 0 to 1. So I'm going to delete the points and by an expression. So if our color red is smaller than 1, then we will delete it. And so this gives us a proper shape that we can use to create all those copies. And so now we can merge. Finally, you can use merge to bring all these shapes together. And so that's what we are having. Let's see. So we have shapes like this. And right here, let me just change it back to geo. And in those occasions, only in those occasions, we're going to have like this strange combination. And of course, there's nothing that prevents you, because I'm now using like an offset of 1, but you can use, of course, an offset of like a bigger number. It doesn't matter, as long as you say in this combination in which you have like this, and after 1, 2, 3, for example, another one, you can do something like that as well. Well, let's just do it for the heck of it. GeoA numbers 6 and 5s. So if we have like combination of a 5 together with a 6, so we have a 5, but not directly next to it, but having it like 1, 2, 3 next to it, minus 3 and shift of 3, then we're going to create those points. And so in some occasions this will happen. So if we go to the next one, chances are big we're not going to see anything, but in other occasions, like over here, again we have a similar result. And so you can create like those complex things upon things upon things, and you can do like truly amazing things with it. Imagine if you would only create like a few nice sculptures, for example in ZBrush, and having all those patterns, those variations that you can create just on the fly with it. It's really powerful what you can do with it. You can create like strange cathedrals, temples, whatever you can think of. It's also very useful for machinery and things like that. So just use your imagination and go with it. See how far you can bring it. Right, this concludes the usage of ChopNetworks for the third video lecture. In the next video lectures, I'm going to go deeper onto ChopNetworks, but more related to animation. Okay, that'll be it for now.